Hey guys, I'm the Alexa623. Here's another video for me. I don't think that he knows I'm here. Hey guys, I'm kind of caught up in something right now. I mean, I tried attacking Season 3 Lex and he got out a gun and started shooting at us. Dropped my wand out of my hand. I have no idea where it's at right now. So, while they're all the way over there fighting, I am going to start the review, I guess. Hey everyone, today we're going to be reviewing Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Hold on, let me just catch my breath. So, we're reviewing Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1 and 2. I don't know if I already said that, or if I said something else. So, let's start off with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1. Well, as long as they're still outside, I guess we can start off with the plot of Part 1. Without the guidance and protection of their professors, Harry, Ron, and Hermione begin a mission to destroy the Horcruxes, the sources of Voldemort's immortality. Though they must rely on one another more than ever, dark forces threaten to tear them apart. Voldemort's Death Eaters have seized control of the Ministry of Magic and Hogwarts, and they are searching for Harry, even as he and his friends prepare for the ultimate showdown. I spilled water on myself. Sorry, I was very out of breath. So, let's talk about this movie. This movie is the ending of Harry Potter month. Well, this is the last review I'm doing for Harry Potter month, and also the last review for Season 3. So, this film, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, is a really good film. And it basically, the plot of it is that Ron, Harry, and Hermione are looking for the Horcruxes to destroy them. They already have 2 that are destroyed, and that's pretty much the overarching plot of the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. So let's get right into the characters. Alright, so I'm going to do something different for the characters this time. I'm just going to talk about all of them overall as a whole. And when I talk about characters for Part 1, I'll be saying I won't talk about them again for Part 2. So keep that in mind. So here we go. Let's start off with Harry Potter. In this one, Harry Potter is, I think, 17 years old, because this is the 7th film. And Daniel Radcliffe does a really good performance in this. Once again, this one is directed by David Yates, the director of all of the films after Order of the Phoenix. He's the director of the last 4 ones. So, in this movie, Harry Potter is on a quest to destroy the Horcruxes, and Albus left in his will to give Harry the golden snitch he caught at his first Quidditch match, and Ron Weasley got the Deluminator, but he was also trying to give Harry the Sword of Gryffindor, but the Ministry didn't let him give that away. Speaking of Ron, so in this movie, Ron ends up having to wear the Locket of Slytherin, which apparently makes the wearer a big jerk. So he wears the Locket of Slytherin and basically makes him upset at everyone, and he decides to leave the group. But when he comes back, they have the Sword of Gryffindor, and he has to destroy the Horcrux locket, the Slytherin locket. So next is Hermione Granger. Hermione, in the movie, Hermione basically is helping them out, and she stays with Harry while Ron leaves. In the first movie, and in the second movie, they all go to, they basically all go to Gringotts to steal the cup of Helga Hufflepuff out of Gringotts bank, out of Bellatrix's thing, out of her. Yeah. So next is Ralph Fiennes as Lord Voldemort. Still have no idea if I'm pronouncing his name right. But Ralph Fiennes plays Lord Voldemort through the entire series, which basically means the fourth film up until the last one. And he does deliver a really good performance in this, and does a really great job. So next is Alan Rickman as Severus Snape. So Severus takes over Hogwarts as headmaster. And basically he rules over the school, and allows the Death Eaters to do whatever they want there. But in the end of part 2, he dies, and Harry finds out that Dumbledore asked Snape to kill him, and also we find out a little bit of backstory for Snape as well. So, Rubeus Hagrid doesn't really do much in these two movies. In the second film, he is the person that has to carry Harry's body when he dies. So there's that, I guess. And if you haven't seen the movie, you're like, well, wait, if he died, then how do you show up in... You're probably like, well, if he died, then how could there have been another book? And I say to that, well, he got revived by the Resurrection Stone. I think that's the reason he came back. I don't know, that's pretty confusing. Next is Bellatrix Lestrange. She helps out Voldemort a lot. Um, and she is one of his big allies that they kill at the end of the second film. So next is Grip Hook, played by Warwick Davis. He is a was a goblin that formerly worked at Gringotts Bank. And he helps them break in and steal the cup of Hufflepuff. So Albus Dumbledore shows up at the end of the second one, and basically they're at like King's Cross in Harry's mind, and it's basically after Harry died, and Dumbledore's like, well, you can go back if you want, and just is talking to him. So next is Mad-Eye Moody. So Mad-Eye in this film got the bright idea to disguise half of everyone as Harry so that none of the Death Eaters would know who the real Harry was when they were flying out to the burrow. But he ends up getting killed because the guy that was with him whenever the Death Eaters went by, he just disappeared. So next is Mr. Ollivander. Mr. Ollivander gets captured by the Death Eaters in the second film, and he does play a pretty major role. He tells Harry about how wands can change loyalties, and that whole thing is kind of confusing. So next is Lucius Malfoy, who is freshly out of Azkaban. He basically is trying to do whatever he can to get back on Voldemort's good side, like trying to turn Harry into him and all sorts of stuff, but Draco Malfoy kind of ruins his chances at that. I'm not going to talk about Peter Pettigrew because he doesn't really do anything. But next is Remus Lupin. He fights at the Battle of Hogwarts at the end of the second one and ends up dying along with Nymphadora Tonks, which is really kind of sad because he was my favorite professor from Hogwarts. Next, Dolores Umbridge shows up in this film again. She shows up in this film, and oh boy, she just... Okay, basically, there was a scene I talked about in one of my reviews that was in this film, so I'm going to talk about it again, because it is a really good scene. So basically, Ron, Harry, and Hermione are going to get the real Slytherin locket from Dolores Umbridge. Well, yeah, they know that she has it. And when they get it, in order to get it from her, they go to the Ministry of Magic and disguise themselves with Polyjuice Potion. So when they find Dolores Umbridge, she has this witch on trial that she's like, "You're not a witch, you're a muggle," and says that her wand was stolen. And so then Harry, has the Polyjuice Potion, just says, "You're lying, Umbridge." And she's like, what on earth do you mean? He's like, you're lying, and we mustn't tell lies, which is a sort of callback to what Dolores Umbridge told Harry in Order of the Phoenix when he was talking about Voldemort coming back. So then they steal the locket from her and save the woman who is being put on trial, who is the guy that Ron disguised as. It's that guy's wife. And there's this really funny scene at the end. There's this really funny bit at the end of that scene where she kisses him, and then the real guy walks in, and he's like, what in the world are you doing? And then she looks at Ron, and he's turned back. She's just like, so that's all I'm gonna talk about for characters. I'm sorry if I'm like pausing a lot. It's just I can't think straight at the moment. So let's move on to the plot of part 2. Alrighty, let's read off the plot synopsis for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is the final anticipated adventure in the Harry Potter film series. The much anticipated motion picture event is the second of 2 full-length parts. In the epic finale, the battle between the good and evil forces of the wizarding world escalates in an all-out war. The stakes have never been higher and no one is safe, but it is Harry Potter who may be called upon to make the ultimate sacrifice as he draws closer to the climactic showdown with Lord Voldemort. It all ends here. So basically, in this one, they're destroying more Horcruxes, and in this one they have to find the the cup of Hufflepuff, the diadem of Ravenclaw, and then they also have to kill Nagini and Harry Potter. In case you didn't know, Harry Potter is a Horcrux created accidentally, which was actually kind of shocking, but it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Because that's the reason he's a Parseltongue. That's the reason that he has a lot of power, and also could possibly be the reason that the sister wand, the sister wand to Voldemort's wand that's probably the reason why Harry was chosen by it. So yeah, on this one they go to Hogwarts, later on in the film, and try to get all the rest of the Horcruxes destroyed. But then Snape is like finds out that Harry Potter's there, and he's like, if anyone would like to tell me where Harry Potter is. And so of course no one steps out and says it. Then you just see on a crowd shot, one person steps out, and it's Harry Potter. And he's just like, yo, I'm here. And yeah, a lot of important stuff happens in this movie, like the destruction of Hogwarts, Battle of Hogwarts that leads to the said destruction. But yeah, that's kind of all I want to say about the plot. So let's move on to overall thoughts. Alrighty, overall thoughts on Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This is the grand finale to Harry Potter, and it's basically a fetch quest movie. It's a movie where it's like, we'll get this thing, get that thing. That's basically the plot of it. I mean, it's more than that. it's more of the first movie and the first half of the second movie, but then at the Battle of Hogwarts, it's just really great collection of scenes, and it is a really good finale, I think. Once again, David Yates did a really good job directing this film. Sorry if I'm moving around a lot, my foot's falling asleep. So yeah, David Yates directed this film, and he is a really good director, well, as far as Harry Potter films. And I liked a lot of the shots in this, especially the crowd shot where that's above all of the four houses when Snape is asking everyone if they've seen Harry Potter. So yeah, that's my overall thoughts. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna go and try to find my wand. Season 3, Lex, I'm finally going to destroy you. You may have defeated me for now, but one day I will return and I will kill you. I will get my revenge, and I will destroy all of you. Do you understand? Yeah, sure, I understand. But I also know that you're dying. And you're not gonna come back. You are very much mistaken. I will come back. And when I do, you'll be sorry. Well, it looks like he's really dead. Finally defeated him. And I know he's not coming back. He's not.